Hello, hi, welcome, and thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you joining me. We're gonna dive on in, get some clarity on the energy, the vibrations, the situation, see what resonates, leave what doesn't. Remember that divine inner guidance is in you, and try to make balanced decisions between logic and intuition so your decisions are sound, based in love, and for the highest and greatest good of everyone. So we're all uplifted in love. Let's begin. We're going to start with the mystery deck, maybe clarify these. So I feel like maybe that's our card. Let's see what God, Source, Holy Spirit, Christ consciousness, our higher selves, angels, and energies of love have for the highest, greatest good of all. So something is working out in your favor. I feel like there's something that's actually going to be a win-win. It feels really good. I also feel like this is something you may have at times given up on, but I feel like your faith was strong. I just thought of the song Hallelujah. Your faith was strong, but you needed proof. You saw her bathing on the roof, her beauty in the moonlight overthrew her. That's such a beautiful song. I'll put that below. So maybe this is like an answered prayer. And I feel like it's working out even better than any expectations you put on anything, because I feel like you threw those expectations out the window. You just let something go, trusted, got your faith back. Tell us about what is working out in your favor right now. What is this situation about? What's working out? What is helpful to know? That, yeah, something is coming back absolutely in your favor. There's somebody who is gifting you something, offering you something. You have to be open to receive when this comes through. I get that this is equal back and forth flow of energy, but Pentacles has to do with your everyday environment. So perhaps you overgave to a certain person that could have taken advantage of that. I feel like for some of you, you did feel a little betrayed. Like you put in your best, you put your best foot forward, and then something like was by the wayside. This is the universe giving back to you, maybe not directly through the person that you overgave to before, but in some way, it's something coming back. It's a pay it forward energy. So if you are the one that has that almost like Good Samaritan, like that capability to give, I feel like you're doing it with a beautiful, authentic vibration, and it's beautiful seeds that are coming back to bless your life. I hear just in indirect ways, but the right vibes, the right vibration. Sometimes you're the one to receive, and sometimes you're the one that gets to give. And whatever this beautiful flow of energy is, it's bringing your life back into balance. It is a win-win, because look at those scales, they're evenly balanced. Let's get one more. What is this beautiful Six of Pentacles coming back into balance? For some of you, I do feel like you do something where you volunteer. I just saw like a dog or an animal in a hospital, or some kind of therapy. Maybe you have a therapy dog. I feel like if some of you do something like that, I'm even getting a book. So maybe it's a gift of knowledge. If some of you do something where you gift your time, your energy, I do feel like you're bringing others back into balance. I feel like if some of you have an animal and maybe somebody gets to see your doggy or something like that, you know, a therapy animal, maybe once a week, they look forward to that all week. So that's really beautiful. Thank you for doing that. I also feel like some of you are gifting your talent. I keep seeing a book or your voice, so maybe you're even reading stories. Maybe somebody is opening up about the story. Now I see somebody who's elderly. Maybe some of you have somebody who's elderly and I see somebody that tells you something that they never told anybody. You're the one that opened them up, that they felt comfortable with that vulnerable energy. And I feel like you just provide such a special, safe space for someone to take the weight of the world off of their soul, feeling so much better and healed that they can like get that off their chest, or be able to tell someone that has a beautiful energy of non-judgment, openness. That's really beautiful. I feel like some of you are healers. I feel like some of you don't even recognize how your energy is a gift to others. Clarify. 6 of Pentacles, please, and thank you. What would be helpful to know? Yeah, whatever I just said, where somebody was like holding on to something for a really long time, almost like smothering something that happened in their life or a way that they were feeling. And you've allowed someone to open up their arms and release something that they were sitting on or holding on to, or was in their mind for a very long time. That feels so beautiful. This is also paying attention to if it's in and out flow of finances, and it's something that has to do with money or, you know, monetary energy. It's having you recognize that there is something stable in saving and, you know, having stability to stand on, holding on to something that is worth, you know, that cushion of protection, feeling comfortable that you have that to back up on or fall back on if anything goes awry, or, you know, you have to spend on something in the future, but there's something that you have to also let go of. Because sometimes this is the miser. They hold on to something so tightly, there's no room for negotiation, or there's no room for anyone to offer them something that could be way more valuable than that pentacle they think has all the value in the world. So it's recognizing where there can be a release and where there needs to be, you know, a held. It's also recognizing in and outward flow of money. So if there's too much spending and that's not balanced with what you are bringing in, how can you adjust what you're spending to bring something back into balance? Because that will take you into a more stable energy. You could also be the one helping somebody else open up. The 6 of Pentacles can also be really wise advice about finances. So if somebody was just, you know, saving, but it's like they bury the money in the backyard, but there's never any investments. There's something about what you can invest in having a larger return, and a more free-flowing energy of income and abundance than just sitting pretty on it. I don't know why I heard sitting pretty. Let's get another message and we'll continue to clarify. What is another message from the mystery deck that would be helpful? Oh, you're gonna get a text. Maybe this has to do with an opportunity. You're gonna get a letter, a text, an email, a call, a package, or an invite. Oh, that's kind of cool. I feel like this is gonna put a smile on your face. This could be a new job. It doesn't feel like a handout, it feels like an opportunity. But for some of you, maybe this is even regarding love or clarity. I hear clearing the confusion. Maybe this is something you have been hoping or waiting for a long time. I feel like for some of you, it's unexpected as well. You could also be the one sending out the news, reaching out for communication. I just see a big smile. Whatever it is, it's going to bring a big smile to your face. It's going to feel like a breath of fresh air or a relief. For some of you, I feel like this is a response as well. Maybe you sent something out and you've been waiting for a response, and somebody was sitting on even an answer. trying to make some adjustments in their life so that it can work out to be a win-win situation. Let's clarify letter. Letter, text, email, call, package, or invite. What is this communication or information or knowledge opportunity all about? For some of you, it has something to do with an application. I don't know if that's an application for a job, or you applied for something that has to do with business or school, a grant, something like that. I feel like it's really good news that you get back. I see books, and I just thought of college. For some of you, if you are maybe going back to school, or possibly have children or grandchildren that are about that age where they're going to school, I see this person here like holding on to, like, no, those are my 4 choices. That has to be where I go. And I'm only going to go to those schools. I feel like there's maybe something that was a different direction. Maybe a smaller school. Maybe I actually hear state school, but it could even be something online. And I actually feel like the education is going to be way better. And it's going to really help somebody flourish even more than the credentials. I also feel like if some of you have a certain school you never thought that you would get into, and you were only falling back on all the other ones, I feel like for some of you, you get that like big opportunity, the thing you never thought you would go to Princeton or, you know, Harvard or Yale, like the big ones. But there's something about, I don't know, I feel like it has, this is not a message for all of you, but it has something to do with, in your application, you really expressing something that was your authentic, I mean really authentic, where it was heard in those words, heard, received, where maybe you talked about some experience in your life. I hear unbelievable, or things that you have done, and I hear you blew the socks off of somebody. This person actually does look like they're in their socks. I know that's very specific, but I do feel like it's because somebody like respected your truth. And I feel like your truth was beautiful, whatever it is, whether it's something that you learned or something that you have done in the community. Because you took, even if it was a weird situation, you did that, recognize the lemonade out of a lemon. I feel like whoever read your file or your text or whatever that is, whatever you submitted, you actually inspired somebody to even maybe switch their mindset on a certain situation, or you provided information they just never knew about. It's almost like you were the wise teacher, even though you're going to be the student. It's like a conundrum. Wow, I got a lot off of that. Proud of you. Whoever that message is for, you are amazeballs. Good job. Believe in yourself. You got this. You got this. Let's see what this is about. Letter, text, email, call, package, invite. Oh yeah, it might have to do with school, guys, because this is the 8 of Cups. My example that I use as the general how to describe the 8 of Cups is the kid going off to college. But it doesn't have to be that specific. It's somebody leaving, you know, I always say it's like, you know, you have your childhood room, you have your teddy bears, but then you go off to college and you grow up a little bit and you discover who you are. You can still go back to that room. There's still something you are leaving, or somebody is leaving, and it's not a forever goodbye situation. It's just maybe bittersweet, because it's usually where you are leaving something you put your heart into at one point, but then something stopped building, something wasn't really filling up your cup, something wasn't growing emotionally. or got stagnant. You know, it's something like that. So before that end result where you thought you were going to build, you had this big plan, it's like, maybe not. So you have to leave something behind. You go on this journey, and it's along that journey that you discover yourself, that you reinvent yourself, that you let go of that old narrative of who you thought you were, and you become who you were supposed to be. And that is a constant, ever-flowing change happening in your life. That could also be someone else leaving something behind, going on that journey. You don't really know that new territory. You're not really sure what's gonna happen. You know, it's a little bit nerve-wracking, but a little exciting. But you know that past situation has changed, and therefore you need to also be that change. But sometimes it's where you go back. That person goes back to their childhood room. It has nostalgia. It has their cute little teddy bears and trolls and posters on the walls. But your relationship to that old situation is not the same after that journey. So even if there is a big return, there's an internal journey that happened when a situation was left and new territory was discovered. So this could be somebody coming back. Maybe somebody left you. I hear it held you up or left you hanging. Maybe somebody had to go on a really big self-discovery journey, and they possibly are making their way back, but I feel like you're not even going to recognize who this person is. I mean, you are, but there's something big and changed about their energy. If this is somebody who needs to go on a journey and needs to walk away, and you are the one they are walking away from, this is you allowing somebody that space to figure themselves out, to go in the direction of their heart, because it's cups. There's something about, even this person is using that pentacle or that idea, that item, whatever it is, to cover up their heart. This could be somebody who was overwhelmed or consumed with consumerism or materialism or all about the things, and that never provided the truth of their heart that they were blocking. There's a whole beautiful city behind them, and they're sitting outside on this like square cement block, not really moving or getting very far. There's something about that heart, the heart being the bridge between the higher chakras and the lower chakras, that grounding energy and your roots, and that connection to spirituality and insight and intuition. There's a big gust of wind out there. Maybe the winds of change are happening. There's mountains, but you're going around the mountains. You're heading around any obstacles. Wow. You hear that? Whatever I said when that wind started blowing, maybe pay attention to that. I don't even know what I said, but the sky is clear here. You can even hear my wind chimes outside. They're going cray-cray. I hope you can hear them. I have a wind chime tree. I love my wind chime tree. Yeah, there's something about the wind maybe chiming in, or something coming back into balance. I'm getting harmony, vibration. Let's see. Let's get one more since we have two over here. I feel like it has something to do with the intelligence of the heart, going in the direction of the heart, and everything flowing so much more beautiful and coming back into balance, because the direction is the right direction. Even if you don't know way ahead of you, you're paying attention to that next step. You're also supported here on this journey with that big rod. So you're supported by your passion, following something that you feel passionate and enthusiastic about. and that is actually your support. Maybe somebody has red sneakers, red shoes, red socks. These people all have a red cape, like Superman. Maybe you connect to Superman. Clarify the 8 of Cups. What would be helpful to know? A deeper message, please, and thank you. Oh yeah, it's taking you to way past the 4 where you're the miser here, way past the 6 where you just feel like there's equal give and take. You're getting to the 10, you're going towards your legacy. That's why you're following your heart, following your truth, living in this authentic energy, because it's bringing legacy into your life. It's bringing that true wealth, that true abundance, because wealth is not just having nice things. Wealth is well-rounded. It's wealth in health. It's wealth in experience. It's wealth in beautiful, loving connections. It's wealth in money and security and, you know, a solid foundation and abundance. It's wealth in freedom. It's wealth in, I just see that discovery, traveling. It's whatever it means to you, but it's a well-rounded energy. It's not just about that big goal. It's not just having the huge speedboat or the yacht in your garage, because you know you keep your yacht in your garage. It's taking it out and going fishing. It's energy that you get to do with those experiences that you have worked so hard to build. It's also connecting to generations, maybe recognizing the beautiful traditions of generations you want to keep, but maybe being that, I'm getting like that black sheep energy. When you discover something over here, you might have to release some old traditions or things that were maybe an old narrative and bring some new, fresh energy that you have figured out or, you know, reinvented yourself along the way that kind of combine things together. Because it's not just completely giving everything up. It's taking what works, keeping that, but also being open to new things that could work even better. That's when like it all comes together. This is somebody walking towards a situation where they see long-term potential, where they're really proud of the work they did every day, the whole journey getting there. Upside down, it is maybe even a situation that is walked away from because it felt smothering, or it didn't feel like, it felt like empty goals. I'm getting like wasted time or wasted energy to build something that wasn't maybe somebody's truth. But I feel like there's something that somebody is combining something. They're still going towards that truth, but I feel like somebody's truth or direction has just changed, which happens in life. We grow, we change, we have cycles. So, you know, what is important at 19 years old might not be the same importance at 52. And it's just having that flexibility with that flow and evolution of life to constantly reset the bar, the goals, the initial thing you're going for, but then leaving that bar completely open-ended for the spectrum of possibilities to come in from the universe. This could also be an inheritance connecting to different generations. Let's get another one. Actually, after that, I want to do a message from the universe. Let's get a message from the big universe. I looked at the clock on my phone exactly at 24, and that's 6, like here, but it's balance and love together. So you have a 4, a 6, an 8, 2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate? What is that, like a cheer? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Huh. There's something about skipping steps. What is the message from the universe? What would be helpful to know? Overall message: prioritize self healing right now. Put your needs above others for once. This is somebody who is selfless. Usually this is somebody who really could be an overgiver, maybe even a people pleaser. But this is telling you right now, you need to pay attention to what feels good for you, because you can't give from an empty plate. It's that energy with the plane thing. You know, when the air comes down, you want to help everyone else, but if you don't have your breath, if you don't take care of yourself first, you can't really help anybody else. So this is taking care of yourself, and that needing to be the first thing you do. Put your needs for once above others. If somebody's always trying to make everybody else happy and they're never following their own heart, they're always going to feel empty, no matter how much, you know, value or wealth or fine things are around them, security. So it's time to focus on you. Self-healing does take time and a lot of self-love. That's you filling up your own cup. Remember, open wounds don't heal into scars overnight. Take the time you need in order to feel happier and healthier within yourself. There's no rush. I feel like that has to do with this journey. I also feel like that might have to do with this energy where I saw somebody holding on to something that they wish they could change or never wanted to open up about an experience or something. Maybe this is somebody even holding on to old wounds. With this here, it could be somebody holding on to childhood wounds. And that's definitely an energy that's healing. If you're self-healing, that's deep healing. It's always continual. It's never an end, you know, an end and then you're good. Now you're healed and you can go on. I did that superhero thing. It's a constant evolution. But it's striving for that joy, that happiness, that healthier energy. It's making healthier choices. It's being around healthier relationships and environments. It's readdressing something that was imbalanced in your life and focusing on where you feel plugged in, where you feel vibrant, where you feel good. So you may have to readdress those environments, those partnerships, those things that you put your time and energy into that are these big goals. If you had these big goals, let's go back to college here. You went to college, you went to Princeton, you went to, you know, here, I just heard Cambridge. Is that a college? You went somewhere and have, you know, this huge education. And then let's say you start that career, you did it a long time, but you were never really happy. You always, you know, wanted to be a librarian or wanted to teach fishing, whatever it is. You know, I'm going like this. Maybe do something with rocks or jewelry or something artistic. And, you know, you had the security and all that, but you didn't like getting up every day. You didn't even like the people you worked with. You know, it was okay. You got by, but you're getting by, not get to. So this is some of you making a really big decision on following that true joy in your soul. If you're following that, I feel like a lot of you can still utilize whatever you are giving up. You're not really giving up. You're actually bringing that beautiful energy with you and combining it with something you really want to do. And that's why something's going to work out. That's why something is special. That's why your journey took you to a place where maybe it was being complacent for a long time. And yet that was the little push or divine friction to get you where you really should be. It was never really being off path, but it took getting to that point where you're like, point of no return. You had to actually change the path, but yet you're doing something where it's bringing this legacy that you are proud of leaving behind, not just the plaque on the wall and everybody's proud of you. You went to school, you're the one that did it. It's like, no, you're the one that did it. You're the one that broke all the rules. You're the one that did something and accomplished something that nobody even thought of or nobody thought you could do. And it takes a lot of courage, man. That takes a lot of courage. And I feel like you should believe in yourself because you're going to do it. I feel like some of you are going to create a career that's such an interesting, I see like a fusion of different experiences you have or talents you have or ideas all together, that it's because it's your particular, I don't know, I see like you as conducting all these energies or things together, and it's because it's your unique, authentic truth that it actually works out in your favor. Everyone was like, you can't do that, as you'll never make money. You'll never have that 10 of Pentacles doing that, you know, or walking away from that situation you already started to build. Why would you do that? You're almost done. You're almost at the end. Why would you walk away from that? Because it's taking you to that discovery. I feel like for some of you, you're going to figure out, I hear vacation. That sounds really small, but I feel like some of you are going to even go away. Maybe you had a breakup, or maybe you had something that didn't work out, or just too much stress. Something's happening and you need to just go on vacation, like chill out, turn your phone off, you know, that place where you're giving yourself a little self-love. You always heard about that spa or that spot in the world. And maybe you're going on a short little journey, and I feel like there's something about really feeling a different culture or a different country or the different vibes on a different town. It doesn't even have to be far. That's going to change your vibe or give you a beautiful idea that I feel like it's almost going to be an aha moment for you. I looked at that 3131, where you come back, even if you're in that same environment, you know, that you are used to. There's something that is going to give you a little friction to give yourself permission to get a little uncomfortable again, because getting out of that comfort zone was actually bringing a beautiful, exciting journey. I hear exploring into your life, where you want to have more expansion rather than stagnant energy. Let's get one more, and then we'll clarify. What is one more message, focus, to be helpful? I feel like even with these, a lot of different messages came through today for you guys. Oh wow, yeah. Now we just went big, man. Maybe that's what maybe that was the divine friction I saw. Maybe this is something that somebody was holding on to. Maybe this is what's bringing your life back into balance. Maybe this is who you're getting a text, email, call, package, or invite from. Maybe this is working out in your favor, and this divine union is part of your legacy, part of your soul's journey, and somebody else's. This is a divine union. It comes through a lot for you guys. This is maybe for some of you right around the corner. If you don't know what I'm talking about here, and you keep tuning into these specific readings where this comes up, there's something in your self-healing that is preparing you for something that should be grounded and felt in everyday reality. That's this Pentacles. It's not up there in la la land, happy or ever after emotions. This is real, everyday reality, and building something that I hear beyond comparison. Well, this would be beyond comparison. If you have a divine union with anyone else, that's protected by God. It is blessed by God. It is a blessing. Even if it's not a easy ride, it probably means there's a lot of rough roads, but it is all helping your soul's growth. It's all helping you really get out of the 3D world, but also tap into why you are down here on earth and what you should be doing as far as your legacy and your I just heard switching timelines. Like totally feel like you're in a totally different life all of a sudden. Maybe this person comes in your life and everything changes. I mean, it's a divine meeting. It was supposed to happen. It was fated. It was something connecting you and somebody else's soul, not just with friendship, not just with passion, not just with chemistry, not with meeting of the minds. It's multifaceted, beautiful, abundant, and incomparable to any other partnership period. It just doesn't compare. There's nothing as deep as that, and it has a deeper purpose for your life and for someone else's. It would be something that if it's a divine union, it's not like a karmic situation where you almost feel better when it's done, like, woo, you know, like, okay, that started okay, and then it got kind of weird, and I'm gonna walk away from that, and you feel relieved. This never goes away. It constantly creates growth. It's deeper and probably really confusing. So, good old divine union poking on through here. If this is someone you've met, you are well aware that there's something that's unexplainable. No words to express how deep that love is. But that is something where an unconditional love is a letting go. That unconditional love is there to bring that unconditional love back into you. So you work on yourself. So you have self-healing. It will be a reflection of the most beautiful things about you, the things deep in you that were meant to come through in this life, and also probably shadow aspects, because that usually connects to that dark night of the soul, where you do some deep shadow work, some really deep healing, maybe from lifetimes ago that would not have come through had this union or this connection not come into your life. And it's like catapulting your souls into another dimension, another frequency, another timeline, so much bigger and brighter and more special than any other relationship would. Even though you still have soul growth with soulmates and karmic partners and all that, this is just something that is blessed on a different level. So big, that was big. Let's clarify divine union. Clarify what would be helpful to know about this divine union. Please and thank you. Maybe it's clarity. Maybe this is that letter, text, email, call, package. You got the Queen of Swords. This is usually somebody who, she's so independent. Maybe it's about gaining your independence. Because I feel like she can be in a great partnership, but she's still kind of always, her mind's always spinning. You know, she's always wanting to expand what she knows. She always has ideas. You know, she's an amazing communicator. She's strong. I mean, she holds that sort of truth. She wants a relationship to be on truth, you know, reality. She doesn't mind if that truth is harsh. She just wants to know that it's the truth. Sometimes she is a little harsh, but she has this beautiful independence. She's also the one, I mean, she looks like she's reaching out her hand, but yet she kind of looks a little scary. Lady with the sword sitting there like, okay, come on in, I've been waiting for you. And you're like, yeah, that's a really big sword, but maybe she's gonna offer that sword, and it's a back and forth energy of communication. Maybe this is somebody who is working out something they were trying to make logical sense of in their mind, but if it involves a union and all of these emotions and how to ground something, maybe it's not about logic, because when there's a falling in love or a divine love kind of energy, logic goes out the window. You have to go with the heart. So maybe it's about expressing the truth of her heart. It's usually a Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius energy. I feel like the Aquarius energy is almost where somebody has had a great idea or a great conversation that feels like a blessed offer. It's better to know than to not know. She's also sitting in these clouds, but the sky above her is clear. If she's upside down, she's harsh. If she is upside down, this could be somebody, I will mention it in case some of you resonate with that particular queen. She's hurtful. manipulating, selfish, unkind, possibly over dependent, since I find her as very independent. But her words can be like, they like twist things around, because I still feel like she's kind of intelligent, even if she's upside down. She's a smart cookie, but she uses her intelligence for selfish purposes or in genuine gain for herself. And that's usually when she's being small-minded, or she's only in her own mind and that her own thoughts are the only thing she cares about. But I get with this energy here, she's that other way. We'll just mention that for some of you. Upright, she's the one that would see somebody else going through a situation and speak up. Speak on behalf of somebody she sees hurting. She's the one that has such a amazing way of expressing stories and whatever I saw before with the writing the package thing, you know, the thing you submit. She's the one that would have the most amazing words where you feel like just hearing her story, you're getting that experience. So if she has helpful advice for somebody, it's almost like they get to learn that karmic lesson by briefly being in her shoes because of how she expresses herself, and she actually helps people not have to go through something really harsh because she already has gone through something. She's also the queen that when she goes through something harsh, she learns, you know, she doesn't want to do it again. It's like, boundaries, nope, that not good, not healthy, not going to go there. It's not going to work. So she is very strong, but maybe that's stepping into your strength and what boundaries are. Maybe that is you being clear about something that made no sense logically in your mind. Let's clarify, because that's now a court card coming through. Why is the Queen of Swords coming through? Tell us about the Queen of Swords, please, and thank you. There's something I said before when I touched my bracelets and about somebody wanting to make bracelets. She looks like she's wearing a dangly bracelet. Maybe that's, I never noticed that before. Maybe that's helpful. It actually does look like beads, but with like a charm. I feel like she is charming. Although she looks a little mad. Her face looks a little mad. She does look like she's a little upset, but I feel like she would hear somebody out. She's also barefoot, so there's something about her getting grounded, and she is sitting on this, right now, stone butterfly. I feel like there's something coming to life. Roses barking at the wind outside. Clarify the Queen of Swords, please. Why is the Queen of Swords coming through? Queen of Swords is coming through because she's helping somebody get through a situation where they were... Oh, I'm going to pause you. Roses just barking at that wind out there. So this is where somebody was feeling overwhelmed at night, stressed out, anxiety, having nightmares, not sleeping well, stressed out. You know, stress that takes a toll on the body. So it could be that healing, or it could be where this Queen of Swords maybe tried to help somebody, but it's leading the horse to water. Somebody has to want to help themselves, or really put some clarity on all of these thoughts that they are overanalyzing, because that could be somebody that's just in their head so much that they get to the point where they just don't know what to do because they're not addressing the core truth of a situation, because she's about truth. If somebody addresses that truth, you know, that situation that's in the dark faces that shadow, then that's where the healing starts. When somebody has that self-awareness of the role they did or did not play in a situation, what they did or did not say, what they could have done differently, and if they choose to do it differently from here on out. Because the other way around, it is somebody also having a beautiful dream and not reaching for it, never stepping up to that, never trying, living in that energy of regret, the what ifs. How comes? Didn't try. So Let's clarify that. Why is the Nine of Swords coming in? Clarify the Nine of Swords. That might be you. That might be your past. That might be what you're getting clear about or healing from, or walking away from any situation that was uncomfortable to the point where you're not sleeping at night. But that could also be somebody else. Oh yeah, you have a message coming in. This is somebody who has a lot of potential, but they have to learn how to use the sword. It could just be a real simple message that actually brings some truth, because I see the page sometimes as just a messenger. But the page can be a little bookworm. Somebody has the potential to be open-minded to learn more, but the page can also be somebody who regurgitates stuff that they heard or hearsay or gossip, or they only know a little bit about and never heard it from the horse's mouth, and that could have gotten somebody in their head. Because usually the page is, if it's a person, it's a immature energy. So it could be immature in thoughts, immature in how to communicate. Clarify the Page of Swords. Why is the Page of Swords coming in? Somebody is gaining, they're becoming the apprentice. This is somebody who's going back to the drawing board. Somebody who is ready to relearn something a different way than they were taught. I feel like this is something with conditioning. Somebody was taught to do something a certain way, and they're now working on their pure potential, on something that they are gifted at, they're getting better with. They're putting the right amount of energy to have balance back in. That's going to bring this security and abundance later on in life. This is somebody who's willing to be an apprentice, not make any money for a little while, because that education or that skill that they are gaining is going to be so much more beneficial for them in the future that it's worth the sacrifice of something they had to let go of a little bit in the beginning. This could also be where somebody is now sending a message, having a little bit of communication, but it has to get past that page's energy and mature into more and more experiences in reality. So it could be somebody coming through working on putting more effort into a certain partnership, or into communicating better, or into something that they value putting their energy into. That's so much wind in their everyday world. What's at the bottom? The Seven of Wands. Yeah, somebody maybe was in their head because they felt defensive about why they were thinking about something in a certain way, or how they were thinking about a certain partnership. This is where you have the higher ground. Look at the spiritual perspective. Everybody else is down there crawling around like caterpillars. Do you really need to defend yourself against somebody that just hasn't ever had the experience or been in the situation of maybe a divine union to have the right advice to help you out? So you might need to defend yourself, stand up for yourself, but how do you do it with that spiritual light? How do you do it with that divine perspective? How do you do it where you recognize how maybe others just don't have that experience? Maybe others just aren't on the same platform to see something in a certain way. This is where somebody has the higher advantage. It's not taking advantage. It's not having to overpower. It's protecting your position. You know, you got your stance if you need to stand up for yourself. But it's standing up for yourself with not just this immature clarity, but maturity of clear conversation and truth. So maybe somebody felt defensive over big changes, or was trying to get up to see something from that platform, because there's not really anything in this that is necessarily saying that all of these energies are against this person. They're down there at a different level, but you can't really see if, you know, they're actually coming at them, or if maybe they have the potential to rise to the occasion. It could also be where somebody is lowering their defense mechanism and opening themselves up to the possibility of something bigger, brighter, and more beautiful coming in their life. The 7 is a spiritual path. Let's clarify this with something totally different. I'm gonna go to this. It's clarifying life, situations. And I feel like that divine union is big, and I'm not really going too heavy on any love oracle messages, but let's see. Let's get one clarifying life message. I want to clarify these two together. I feel like if this page is a younger energy, they just might not understand a situation because they have no experience with it. And I feel like through more experience, or maybe on a journey of self-discovery and or something happening day by day, more and more in their reality, that clarity comes, that growth occurs, their mind becomes more open. It's beautiful. You have the beauty of solitude. That's the same thing here, healing. If somebody needs their space, it's allowing them to have it. If you need your space, you need to speak up and say, I need some space. I need to clear my head. I need to figure out the truth of a situation. It's finding peace in solitude by spending time alone to reflect, recharge, and solitude nurtures that self-awareness and creativity. That's the first step. Once you have that, I mean, here you're getting creative. Every time you do something, you get better. When somebody has self-awareness, that's where all the changes happen. Maybe self-awareness, why somebody was so defensive, self-awareness of where there's equal give and take, or what somebody was smothering and holding on to, or where there needed to be a letting go, self-awareness on if something feels like your legacy and your path towards your destiny, your truth, self-awareness on communication you had or didn't. But finding this light, I feel like there's something about the light being on. I feel like the light was inside that temple or that church the whole time, but somebody didn't know where the light switch was. Even if it goes dark, once you know where that light switch is, that light's always on. I'm getting a little bit of the hermit energy with that. Sometimes you got to be that tough teacher. Let somebody learn something on their own, you know, even a tough lesson. But once they learn it on their own, you're giving somebody that gift where they can, they know they can handle something instead of maybe relying on the hermit's light or wisdom or shine to always see in the dark. This is somebody who learns to turn on their own light, and that only happens when you know what it's like to be in the dark. So maybe we should do one message, but I'm going to do something different for love. Let's do this. This is the it's the love angels. Let's get one final love angels message. And I'm going to focus on that. What would be one helpful message at the end of this reading, please and thank you? One more message. They are the one. You've already met the romantic partner. you seek. There's somebody that's just the one. It's something that fits beyond compare. There's no comparison. It's just different. It's divine. It's deep. It's truth. It sparks something deep in your soul. And if this is not somebody that you recognize right now, you will recognize when they come into your life without a doubt, even if you can't put it into words. It's soul recognition. And it's probably a big journey ahead, worth the effort. For a lot of you, this is somebody that you've met. But maybe somebody had to do a lot of healing, which is beautiful. That's somebody coming with a full cup and their spiritual light on. And with this, I bid you adieu. Thank you so much for being here today. I hope this reading was helpful. I love you so much. Thank you for liking this video and supporting me and Rose. I feel like it's a gift for me every time I get to come here and connect to you. Thank you so much. Bye.